It all started a year ago. I had been dating Lisa for 3 years, and on the outside, everything looked perfect. Friends always said we were the ideal couple, laughing together, traveling, posting happy photos online. But I started noticing small things that didn't add up. It began with late-night phone calls. She would leave the room, talking quietly, pretending it was work. Then there were little lies. A business meeting that was never on her calendar. A sudden trip for a client that lasted 2 nights. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But the feeling in my gut kept growing. Something was off. I tried to brush it off at first, telling myself that maybe I was overthinking, that trust meant believing even when things seemed strange. But the doubts kept piling up. Small things like her sudden changes in mood, secretive texts, or deleted messages began to form a pattern. The feeling of unease became impossible to ignore. One evening, I came home earlier than usual. I expected the apartment to be empty, but instead I saw her, Emily. Lisa's smile froze, and so did mine. She was standing there, holding a small gift, and it hit me all at once. The late nights, the lies, all of it. I couldn't breathe. My heart was pounding, my mind racing. I felt like the ground beneath me had disappeared. The conversation that night was unbearable. Lisa tried to explain, but it was too late. I felt betrayed, humiliated, and completely heartbroken. I spent hours walking around the city, trying to process what I had just seen. Every street, every light, every corner seemed to echo the betrayal. The life I thought I knew was shattered. For weeks, I didn't know what to do. Friends gave advice, some saying I should forgive, others telling me to leave immediately. Every memory of our time together became tainted. The trips, the dinners, the jokes we shared. How could she have hidden this for so long? Every photo, every message from the past now seemed like a lie I had believed in. I tried talking to her again to get a proper explanation. We sat down one afternoon, the tension so thick it felt like a physical weight. Lisa spoke softly, almost whispering, trying to justify her actions, but nothing she said could erase the images from my mind. Trust, once broken, is almost impossible to rebuild. I realized that even if I wanted to forgive, the foundation of our relationship was gone. Eventually, I realized I had a choice. Stay in a relationship built on lies, or leave and reclaim my life. I chose the latter. It wasn't easy. Packing up years of memories, saying goodbye to someone I once loved, walking away from the familiar comfort of us. It was painful, but necessary. I remember holding the box with our photos, each picture a reminder of what once was. Tears fell, but I also felt a sense of release, a small spark of freedom. The first few days alone were the hardest. I kept replaying every moment, every laugh, every touch, trying to understand where it all went wrong. Sleep was hard to come by, and meals felt like chores rather than comfort. But slowly, I started to rebuild my life. I went back to old hobbies, took long walks, and started journaling my thoughts. The pain was still there, but so was resilience. Months later, I feel stronger. I've learned to trust my instincts, value my self-respect, and understand that ending something that was toxic doesn't mean failure. Life goes on, and sometimes the hardest endings open the door to better beginnings. I don't know what the future holds, but I know I'm ready to face it on my own terms. Thanks for watching. Don't miss the next story.